All right. Should be up, I guess.
All right.
Is Jada not joining us?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Last time you joined us a little, later,
All right.
right? So that'd be great
Mhm.
if that were to happen.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait for him. I'll keep an eye out for any messages.
Except I was on my way out, like kind of late, but it's okay.
Well,
All right.
you're a new dad now, Robbie. You have a lot of different responsibilities.
Yeah, if you got it, do you have a
Your
hard
life
out
is
or
changing.
something? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, not too late. You know what I mean? Like, I can
That's
do
cool.
about an hour 40. You know what I mean?
You can hi hat us. Okay.
Yeah. Look, sometimes
Not the first time.
we're spinning, and I'll get a text from the wife. Are you almost on your way? I'm like, we're not.
What does that even mean? Yes, I
Yeah.
am almost on my way.
Yeah. Not that she talks like that. She talks with more authority.
Yeah. A lot of
Jeez.
like,
Man. I mean, Quana knows her, but I mean, she's nice with you guys, but I don't know.
I've seen you dragged upstairs a couple times to have a talking to.
Yeah. Oh man. I was trying to. Quana, do you go to the Friendsgiving that one time?
No, I've never been to a Friendsgiving.
Oh, we'll take this offline. Let's just say we were talking outside for a good while, and all the asshole buddies were like walking by, like, "Hey, you guys okay?" I'm like, and then
keep it moving, bitches.
yeah, and then Shailene had to intervene, kind of like have a chit chat.
Oh, that's
Not intervene, like separate us. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, like, are you guys okay? I'm like, yeah, let's. But if you want, let's talk. Or yeah.
Let's take this inside.
Yeah, exactly. We're Brian's. We were Brian's. Anyways, I'm doing an Instagram post, but whenever you guys want.
Cool.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, it is.
You okay, buddy? Everybody good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Feeling kind of subdued, but we got some stuff to talk about to probably get us all fired up. Robbie, I hope you have that video ready. That dude making a speech. What I mean, I don't even know where he was, but I mean, he had a podium. I think.
Oh shoot! Did I say it? Which I don't know.
The dude that was talking about the Aztecs being trans.
Oh man. Okay, let me see what
skirts. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to give it away. Like this is a. He was giving like his his thesis for his doctorate or something. But yeah, someone gave someone a mic. This happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
Happening right now.
Yeah, look at us.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to
just people say whatever, just start talking all kinds of crazy shit.
Some people
exactly.
I mean, all my stuff's loosely based in reality, at least, you know.
Mine too. Mine too, buddy.
I was talking to a buddy at lunchtime today, and I was like, "Yeah, not everybody should have a YouTube channel." You know what I mean?
You're right.
Yeah.
You better. Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Not a damn thing.
You can come and take this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And he's gonna be like, he hit record 5 minutes ago. Why haven't they started?
He'll understand. He's here. We have 5 people watching.
We're about
to
to
chat.
All right.
Yeah.
Hit that like button, would you?
Yeah. Smash it. Don't just hit it. Smash it.
Yep.
All right. Well, Instagram, IG post is on. I tagged Quana, so follow us on IG. main page, our page. We're good. We're on there. We here.
All right.
We
I did hit
live.
record.
Yeah.
All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, Endless Ranters. Welcome back for episode 152 of your Endless Ranters podcast. We do what we want and we appreciate your support. My name is Chris and I am one of your hosts for this evening. I'm joined by the one and only Robbie Spotlight. What up, Daddy-O?
Hey, what up, homies? How's it going?
It's going all right, homie. And it's a soggy mom living in a crunchy mom's world, getting 7 miles to the gallon. Kwana, how you doing?
Doggy as ever.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. The man with the plan is not here tonight. I'm not sure what he's off to. He's a little mysterious about it. A little mysterious. Was he with the did he come and visit our happy hour?
He was at the happy hour. He's
okay.
going to a concert this evening.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay.
With some friends that aren't us, real, actual, in real life friends.
We're not real life. Come on, Kwana.
Yeah.
Sounds made up, but all right, whatever. I've never seen them on a Zoom call, have I?
Exactly.
No.
Probably Manny and all his woke friends.
Yep. Never seen them join our happy hour Zoom call with an offensive name.
What kind of friends are those?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it's been another crazy week. How y'all doing?
Good.
What's up with
Friday?
you?
It's Friday.
Yeah. So where should we get started? I hope you find that video for real.
I'm actually looking.
We'll slide right on. It's got to be in our messages, but
I'm looking.
Yeah, so something crazy happened so we spend Friday night, so like the end of the week we spend, and then like the weekend starts, and we always got stuff going on here. But then there was a mall shooting at this outlet mall in Allen, Texas, which is like 2 towns over from me. So that was crazy. And it's like, obviously it hits close to home, but as I was telling my kids, because my son, because he was like, isn't that crazy? I was like, well, every time this happens, like it's in someone's neighborhood. So it's not really that special, but it is shocking, when it happens that close. Like my wife and I used to go to that outlet mall when we were dating, because it was like a thing to do, on a weekend, like go somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the insanity of it was, I get, in the end, I think it turns out that this guy was just a classic POS loser, incel, like, hate using that term, but like, just loser, just fucking loser with mental problems, undiagnosed, I'm sure, untreated, maybe, It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. You treat it, they go berserker. You don't treat it, they go berserker.
There have been like some sort of controversy too, that like the drug company was giving placebo fucking crazy pills.
That's kidding. Nice.
I'm not kidding.
Are you trying to tell me that they would experiment on the public? Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
That is the first time I've ever heard of that.
I know you're not kidding, Kwana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
who knows?
There's been an uptick in crazy, and maybe that has something to do with it. Who knows?
Yeah, right? We're just producing that's the question. Like everybody, we are just producing crazy people at a like historic levels.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to do one of those things, like everybody nowadays is like, this is the worst, this is the most egregious, this is a historic, this is the worst thing ever since the Civil War. It's like, no.
Right.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if you could find some humor in it. The fact that for a moment, for 2.5 days, he was labeled the new face of Hispanic white supremacy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Partially because they shared the wrong mugshot.
Oh yeah.
It looked like they shared, for like a day, they shared the mugshot of like a dude that looked like he was pretty, like, I would bet money that this dude was the real deal, like a real, hardened criminal, gang member, like spent a lot of time in prison getting tattoos of all who knows what. But no, it's like some, now the pictures come out, this goofball, like
Yeah.
posting things on Instagram about, next to like a Hooters waitress.
But also Hispanic looking, right? Also Hispanic looking, though.
Oh yeah.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
the other one was more of a gang member type, right? Gang type.
Yeah. Just a little bit different look to his face that said, I ain't taking no pictures next to a Hooters waitress. Like, I don't need to do that for credibility. But this guy, yeah, he did, because he was like a goofball, just a loser. Just another crazy person we churned out.
Yeah.
Another crazy person. But yeah, just the whole we joked around about it for a day or so about how quickly they were to turn him into a white supremacist, like if you're a migrant coming from Venezuela, like you're a peasant farmer, a noble peasant farmer.
Yeah.
Just looking to provide for kids, on the run from cartels.
Yeah.
Just looking to provide, looking for the American dream.
But also in the Aryan Nation.
but then then you shoot up a outlet mall and you're little Lord Fauntleroy all of a sudden, like descendant of aristocracy from Europe, from Spanish Europeans. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, got all of a sudden. And then I think there was one article that I saw, it was Axios, which is it's a news source that churns out some stuff. But they said, they were like, are Latinos the new face of white supremacy? But it does turn out Robbie, that the guy, we did have Robbie send us pictures to check all his tattoos.
Yeah.
Make sure he didn't have like a giant SF tattoo on his left hand.
Yeah.
But this guy had that tattoo, like a gang tattoo there. He really did have like Nazi stuff. Like
he did have the bars on
him. He really did. Real? He really did. I think. Well, it could turn out it's not, but it's like I think
I thought the picture was only from the neck down.
There's enough. I think there's enough pieces, like credible pieces, to put together that this dude was just crazy. And I mean, I think he was crazy because I don't think that the kinds of authentic, guys that get those types of tattoos are out to like just be suicidal. Because this guy definitely showed up. He showed up like knowing he was going to die, So that's the part that throws me, where like, no matter what they were posting online, no matter what their belief system was, like they had a mental break at the end where they became destructive and suicidal. Like, so it's like, that's the common thread.
It's just so crazy that this keeps being the common thread. Like, it's just like,
yeah.
Like, how is it that this, like, it's so possible? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't possible and now it's possible every day, apparently.
I really do. I really think we just have a sick society, and we're just like, just cranking them out.
Yeah.
Cranking them out. And then we get bigger, and then just more just fall between the cracks,
I mean, how do we prevent our kids, I mean, we just be
homeschool
good parents, I guess.
I don't know. I shared a graph in the Adam Carolla group that I guess some people thought was maybe racially charged or something, but my point, it was a graph of like how often the term racism has come up, since like 2016, 2012, 2016. And it's like in legacy media, like in CNN and CBS, and it's like,
right.
And it's just like the graph is just skyrocketed. It's like all they can talk about. And maybe it's because it's just happening that much more. It's happening, whatever percentage it was, 500% on average, more. Some channels, 700%. They're bringing it up. Maybe.
What's funny is I think on yesterday or 2 days ago, that ACS, Adam Carolla show, they put a clip, right, of one of the Trump's, I don't know, debates or interviews,
Uh-huh.
right? And then the reporter or the interviewer said, "Okay, let's get back to race."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was well. We're gonna finish off with that one because that's some good old fashioned comedy right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna finish
my
off on the Trump town hall.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the point of that graph to me was that legacy media, and I would add Hollywood to that mix, they create racists. They are the ones just like throwing fuel on the fire all the time. Because I watch the neighborhood kids, kids in my neighborhood, and it's very diverse, truly, like all spectrums, even religions.
Yeah.
And they just play together, right? And they
Yeah.
fight, but they fight over like the same bullshit. Like that's my ball, that's your,
That's my scooter.
Like,
right.
I was playing with that, they fight over the same bullshit, no matter what. Like, no matter if their parents worship one god or many.
Right.
They fight over the same bullshit, and they have the same Nerf guns, and their parents drive the same kick-ass minivans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but I know, because I'm thinking about my experience. Like, I know that they're going to get inundated by legacy media, by Hollywood, by Disney, by all of them. I mean, Disney Plus will have a cartoon that talks about the evils of it, but they'll have 100 movies that just perpetuate racial stereotypes in the worst possible way. And even when they try not to, they just, trip on their own dicks, and just screw it up so bad that they make it obvious that how bad they are at dealing with this,
Yeah.
So that was the point of that graph, was like, these are the people that are creating the racism. These are the people that create the divide between people, like kids.
The news media creates all of it. If
Eventually,
you think
they're not
about
going to be in the
everything that you
street.
know about, it's because the news has been screaming about it, right?
Yeah, eventually they're not going to be in the street playing together every day, like realizing they're all cool. They're going to have all their own activities. They're going to go their own ways, go to like maybe different schools, and maybe not see each other that often. And then they only see each other like once a week. And because of all the other things they've been, blasted with about, well, this race is that, this race is that, this race thinks this of you, this race thinks that of you. They're going to become a little bit more suspicious, because that's just human. That's just what humans do when you teach them these things. So, I mean, I know, like, the left likes to think that there's just grandpa and mom and dad, like, teaching their kids racist jokes all the time. No, it's you fuckers. It's you. Anyway. Okay.
I found the video.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
No. Can you share it?
I can share.
Do we have the technology to show this?
I sent it to the the messenger.
Oh, was that you? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you can put
it.
Are
you can rely on me to do this technology?
Yes. I think they were talking about machismo and how I don't know, a lot of in the Latino community they like to machismo exists. I feel like some of it is
for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Some of it is we need it. And then the hitting your wife is not necessary.
Machismo is like machismo is macho when it tries to cross the border illegally.
Yes, exactly.
What was that? What was that joke that fake congressman that used to call on Adam Carolla? He would say a churrito.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
He would say that's a donut. That's just a donut that's trying to cross the border illegally.
Yeah, there you go. He's the one that made his wife walk from corner to corner of the country or something like that.
For drinking a non-diet Fanta.
Yeah.
Non-diet.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Representative Richard something from, was he from Florida or from Ohio?
I want to say it's,
that's a tough call. It was believable from either state. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to share my screen.
If only we knew anybody that worked at the Corolla Digital that can help us out and find who that person was.
Oh my gosh.
Or Giovanni.
He was here. Or Giovanni.
Yeah.
I think we probably just Google like fake representative from and see what populates.
Exactly.
It could be one every state.
Yeah.
Right, let's see here.
America.
But Kyle Dunnigan was on there on ACS a couple of days ago. It's always fun when he's on there.
Yeah.
He does Trump and all the other people.
Yeah, I think for many, ACS is becoming more appointment viewing or appointment listening, like based on the guest. And
Yeah.
I'll say, I'm not too selective, but Kyle Dunnigan is like a must listen.
Oh, must.
He's always good. And I like that the more he is actually, what is he? He's talking about, he's like himself. Because there's for the first year of Kyle Dunnigan, it was 99% impersonations, right? Or impressions, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But now he's actually starting to talk as himself.
Yeah, he does.
I think he's really funny. We had Fitzdog this week too, which I love. I always love a good Fitzdog episode.
Fitzdog is, oh man, he had that great line.
So funny. Oh my god!
But who was on?
I don't think I've seen this
recently. That you said appointment viewing and listening, right? Is McCarthy from the Brat Pack? Who was it?
Oh my god, I'm in love with him.
Is it
I've
Andrew?
been in love with him since I was a little girl. Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever he, it surprises me he didn't mention that he knew Molly Ringwald.
Me too, Robbie.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
He's got every podcast he's on
every day. Like he's like, that's the best thing that's ever happened to him.
Yeah.
Every podcast he's on, he's got to have like that podcast has got to have like a massive spike in women in their 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Andrew we usually have like 25-year-old dudes, but we had Andrew McCarthy on talking about his travel book and our demo. This is weird. Our demo is all out of whack now.
That's funny.
Are you ready for this? Can you see my screen?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, well, take notes. Take notes.
Okay. All right.
I hope this works. Oh no, look at that. Turn the sound on.
Bullshit, and like the modern masculinity is like bullshit. And the reason why it's bullshit is because machismo and toxic masculinity stems from colonization.
Yeah.
If you look at like indigenous tribes, a lot of those indigenous people actually celebrated things like gender diversity. In Oaxaca, they had the Muxes, a time where people acknowledged 3 genders. Indigenous men also, they wore piercings and they wore things that you can perceive as skirts and dresses. A lot of them wore makeup and had long hair that they braided and took care of. These things that now you would look at and kind of like think that they're feminine. And when the colonizers came, then that's when all these things were demonized because of religious reasons. When you uphold like machismo, you're unwillingly giving into that manipulation. You're being brainwashed. Oh, men aren't men anymore. But if you want to go deeper than that, this is actually the way that people were for hundreds of years before that happened. When you embrace like femininity, you reclaim a lot of like indigenous wisdom. It was like bullshit, and like the modern masculinity is like bullshit.
Okay, it starts all over.
What'd you learn there?
Well, I
love the
think
piercings.
that I've heard that before. I've heard that like some Indian tribes, like there are people that they call them like two spirits or whatever, like that they have like.
Yeah.
I think that has always been a thing, but I also, them pushing an agenda can also be a thing.
It's a bit of a reach to tie it all together. Like.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. To feel like thousands of years ago, people recognize that every now and then again, someone's going to be born a little different, and we shouldn't stone them. Like,
right.
We should, we should be cool, but
a
little rich to be tying all these things together.
Well, speaking of stoning, wasn't it like just practice?
People with piercings got to be questioning themselves.
Wasn't it part of the culture back in the day to sacrifice, babies and virgins to the sun gods and the corn?
Robbie, they're still doing that. Stop it.
Yeah,
Don't get me started. Early in the show.
You talking about Washington D.C.
The underground tunnels.
Yeah.
And the cheese tunnels. What are they doing in the cheese tunnels? Do we know? No, we don't. We do not.
What's
under this is the latest conspiracy. The underneath Washington D.C. is a giant block of Swiss cheese.
Oh,
no.
No, laugh all you want. The cheese tunnels are real. Ask Monkey's uncle.
Are you serious? No, you're kidding me.
No, I'm serious. There are cheese tunnels.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, feel free.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just amazing. Because I mean, he's just like freestyling right there. There's just no.
You should probably close your screen, Christopher, so that
Or
people
he
can't
saw a
see all
video,
your stuff.
or he saw a video about that, but that's a bit of a reach. Or
Ah,
maybe like I don't know, like maybe that's. I mean, I wonder. You know, all of my knowledge comes from Apocalypto, the Mel Gibson film.
yeah, exactly.
You know this. I've told you this before. I'm honest. But you know, maybe they
Yeah.
were just guessing too. You know, maybe they were just guessing too, and they were just like picking out the weirdos and chopping their heads off with they roll them down the pyramid.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, they're like,
Right.
oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's funny
Put some
how
fruit on this guy's head and chop it off.
it's funny how a lot of these Latin Xers
Latinx,
Chris
canceled.
loves it when I refer to
the X. You got to X super hard.
You're
exactly.
rebranding yourself.
I'm trying to bring the Latinx, fan base into the show.
X feels a little aggressive.
So these Latinx,
I think that's what that guy feels a little machismistic.
Speaking of
Machismistic,
cheese, Monkey's uncle
machoistic.
replied. Go ahead and read that, Robbie.
Oh shoot. Okay. So Monkey's uncle said, "Have you heard of a government cheese?" Oh, I have. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it isn't money.
Is that where they
but
keep it all?
actually-
Is that where it comes from?
Oh, I see. So there's a whole bunch of 1.4 billion pounds.
Billion
to be
pounds.
exact, stored in a cave in Missouri. Yeah, wow. Now, does it go bad
No.
or no? So in the case of Russia and Ukraine and China comes in and whatever.
Our currency is going to be cheese, Robbie.
The
I'm
lizard
not-
people have
I'm
no
kidding.
problem eating bad cheese. The lizard people prefer their cheese a little bit spoiled.
Wow. Okay.
Like how we like blue cheese. They're just like,
Yeah.
let that cheddar rot. Let
Yeah.
that government Velveeta rot.
I'm just saying we
Yeah.
don't have tunnels, but we have cheese tunnels. Like we do have tunnels.
Yeah.
There's tunnels. There
Yeah,
are tunnels.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
I thought that's meant
okay.
that's where
You didn't know about
they were
that
keeping all
until
the.
today. You're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
I thought that's what you
gentlemen.
meant when they were keeping all the kids that they're bringing across the border in the cheese tunnels.
She's
Yeah.
Monkey's uncle. It started in the 1970s during former President Jimmy Carter's era and his promise of giving farmers a break. Okay. Well, look, the cheese tunnels. It's like how Atari had the ET video game and it was the worst video game ever. It didn't sell anything, so there's a whole bunch of ET cartridges buried, I think, in Death Valley or the
Yeah. I've seen that documentary.
Yeah.
There was such a huge build up to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that point, like all the developers were just really lazy. Like they were just like, I just bought a Lamborghini for making Donkey Kong 3. And they had a huge build up for ET and they just made like a really shit game, like with huge build up.
Yeah.
Like way over promised, under delivered on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I never played it. We weren't we weren't Atari people.
I had a neighbor that was an Atari.
My dad
kid.
thought that was a little like, little bit too expensive and not to go with the name brand.
Did he have ColecoVision?
Off brand. No, we had like AudioVox or something like, something like that. Odyssey. That was the first.
Look,
It's like 4 games that had like 4 games. That was it.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. Cheese tunnels. You learn something new every day.
Really?
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I
yes.
mean, to be honest, it's a little misleading because I was thinking
It's hard to bring it
tunnels-
up in conversation. You guys put machismo out there though, so I mean,
yeah.
now we all
I thought it was like tunnels
Rooted
made
in
out
cheese.
of cheese.
Yeah, me too. It's really misleading. Like you're just talking about a tunnel. Why? I mean, you should call it a cheese cave, right? Am I right?
Okay.
It's a
You're
cheese
right.
cave. Like
Yeah.
maybe you travel through a tunnel to
Mhm.
get to
You're
the
right.
cheese cave where all the cheese is stored. But when you call it a
You're right.
cheese tunnel,
Mhm.
obviously you would think of a tunnel in cheese
Yeah.
made out
Made
of
in
cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the whole binders full of women, deal, right? We're confused. It's not
Yeah.
actual binders full of actual
Oh.
women.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, though it does sound
Sorry.
interesting.
Speak for
but-
I'm
yourself.
sorry I
man.
made it confusing.
what?
Or confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
so yeah,
yeah.
we had the
Mhm.
Latino neo-Nazis take over take over Texas for a day and a half.
Yeah.
But it's wild because that mall is a gun-free zone. And but they have no security. They have no security. But they have security, but I think the security guard was the one that went down first because he probably doesn't have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a gun-free zone. So like people that go there, I mean, trust me, everybody's got something around here, but people that go there are probably like, I don't think I can bring anything there because, you know, it's like a constitutional carry state, but you don't want to get like banned from a mall. Like you want to get banned from all the malls or something like that.
You want to be
or
able to buy your discount Nikes.
Yeah, or like break a rule. Well, that's one thing about the Allen premium outlets. When they throw the premium in there, it's like everything's just full price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just outside. It's just like a mall in a different format, like outside. But
yeah.
But yeah,
they do make it majestic though. There was a time when an outdoor outlet mall was like, take me there for a date. Like that's so. Let's get a hot chocolate. Maybe we'll stop and get a little salad.
They literally have like if you want to get Crocs, you can get Crocs at, Target, and they've got like 6 pair, but you can go to the Crocs store and they've got 8 million different Crocs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've gone the last month. We've gone maybe twice to the nice. Yeah. But the good thing is it's in a nicer like area where it's nicer weather. And so we've taken the baby on the stroller and out kind of in the sun because finally the weather's getting better. And since my baby was born in December, it's been winter time. So finally the sun's coming out. So I like taking her out to the sun and the mall and just walking around with the stroller. We changed her diaper at I think it was a Ralph Lauren store. She was we had those seats where you sit down and change your shoes or whatever. We just plopped her down and we changed her. She made.
You don't want to change your kid at like a Stride Right store. You know what I mean? You want to go in the Ralph Lauren store, change them in there.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah,
have like leather changing table.
Yeah, like at the Hershey store, nothing like that. No,
we stopped going to the outlet malls because number one, like you start realizing like, man, it's 180 degrees out here. It's like it makes a lot more sense if it was air conditioned in an enclosed area.
Yeah.
In Texas, and also it's just so crowded. Like, oh man, like people have figured out, the value, and all these Oklahomans come down to. I think is part of it. Oh man, but yeah, it's kind of crowded and like becomes more of a hassle, and then you just order everything online. But but also like this place. And just speaking of how busy it is, they post online, like you can go on Google and like as this killer did, and search like when are the peak times, when is the busiest time at this mall.
Jeez.
And that's what he did. That's what they found on there. And no, you know what? Maybe he didn't. I'm just saying that they make this information publicly available. And then they tell you that you cannot protect yourself in this zone. And then they offer no protection. And, these people are just lucky that there was an off-duty cop there.
Yeah.
In this gigantic space that has no protection whatsoever. That would take, even if like the authorities got there quick, it'd be so confusing because, it's just like an ocean of cars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
People running, I'm sure.
Yep. Yeah. And then there's a danger of like, hey, you try to protect yourself and then you're just going to get shot by the police.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. It's like, you got to get your gun out and also put on like an orange like hunter's bib to make sure you're like, they'll catch friendly fire.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild.
I saw this video on YouTube where it says that the title says no. Well, it starts with a video shows Dearborn Police Department lobby shooting incident where this guy just walks in with the gun, walks in calmly, and I guess it's a police department. And then you hear the police. I just sent it to the our chat just in case, but you can hear 2 police officers saying gun, and you can see that the guy's gun it looks like he just doesn't have the safety on, and he pulls the trigger or something gets jammed, and finally one of the police officers slides the door open and just starts shooting. Unfortunately, you don't see the guy drop down or drop dead. You only see the police officer shoot him. But yeah, we need something like that. I don't know if you guys can see it right here, but
I'm just watching it real quick before I. Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think what happens is these people are suicidal because they know that exactly what's going to happen when they do this.
Yeah, exactly.
They know they're walking into a place where I think like let's see.
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? This was in Michigan. He just walks in. You can see that he tries to pull the trigger. Something gets stuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
They just slid that door right open. Is that like a bank? Is it a bank?
This says, the video says video shows Dearborn Police Department lobby shooting incident.
Oh, they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, damn.
Yeah, police department lobby. What the hell? But some of these,
yeah. So obviously, this is a crazy. This is no matter what this person believes, said, did up to this point. You know, this person had a mental break, and they became suicidal because they knew they were doing suicide by cop. They knew they're going into a place where like
that's gonna happen.
Guy on a desk job, just like been. I mean, there's a decent chance he's been kind of daydreaming about this. Like, what if, you know, I'm going to fling that window open like with my left hand and be like, unload an entire clip.
Well, what's funny, there's a term.
No matter what.
There's a term, not exactly for this, but you know, it's funny. Some at work, I mentioned this to some business guy one time. You know, sometimes you don't like your boundaries. You just blurt things out, and then later on you're like, oh shoot, maybe I should have said this.
Talking to.
Yeah, exactly. One time I said that, you know, have you ever been in an airplane and you're like in the emergency aisle and you just want to like pull the latch?
Intrusive thought.
Yeah,
I have them all the time. I have them all the time.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's like weird, but
I think thoughts like, if I tried to do that, it's locked, right? It's locked, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's locked, right?
Exactly.
Like you get it. There's like a secret button somewhere that you know that the flight attendant has to push to like make that pullable, right?
Yeah.
It's the what if I were to jump off of here, or what if I were to push them, or it's just
Anna,
it's just
that
passive,
I was thinking
intrusive
that
thought.
right now. I was thinking that right now. Okay, look, the roof where I work, which I've taken Chris before.
I've seen it.
That's it's protected. You can't really run.
Yeah, you took me.
Yeah, I did take there. Now on the bottom level, there's another bottom level.
Weird lag. My internet's acting up.
There's on the bottom level. There's also the rig that the window washers use. I could have taken him down there, but it's more dangerous because
slightly
it's the ledge is
because you're on the side of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to lower you down. We'll lower you down.
Exactly.
Safer than the elevator. What exactly are you saying?
What I'm saying is I'd rather be safe. And I'm one of those that if you get too close to the ledge and too close, I get nervous and I don't want to show it.
You're going to push him.
No, not exactly. I don't want you to fall by accident, but yes, those are those intrusive thoughts that what if I did this? Or
when I got up on the ledge and did my moonwalk and I was like, video me. You were like sweating bullets.
Yeah.
It was good though. It's good. It looked good.
Oh my God. You said the moonwalk, so you have to say Greg Fitzsimmons' line about Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah. That was I'm glad you said something about that, because that was definitely a takeaway moment from that episode when they were talking about, and we'll talk about, we can slide right into this chokehold dude too, because he's got arrested. But like the guy that choked out the guy on the subway, who was a Michael Jackson impersonator at one point before he was arrested 40 times and threatened everybody and with violent crimes multiple times. Well, that's 40 times. But and then Fitzsimmons, who was on a Zoom. He was zooming in, so he was a little bit muted kind of in the conversation, but he slipped in there with once you have an MJ impersonator in a chokehold, it's hard to talk yourself down. It's like he said it in a way. It's hard to make yourself stop. Like it's hard to let go.
Oh man. Well, he does have that one song, Michael, "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" or something like that.
That's not right.
No, it's not. Before Chris goes on, Monkey's uncle on the chat, he said, I just saw this recently on a podcast or something. He says, also Crocs, the shoes, Crocs were featured in Idiocracy before anyone knew what they were. They were portrayed as the future footwear of idiots. And yeah, I think it was just beginning. And then Mike Judge had everyone wearing Crocs. His thinking was that they looked so stupid that nobody in their right mind would wear them. This coincided with their actual rise in popularity. By the time the film came out, after a delay, Crocs were all over the place. Yeah.
They're
I love
very
Ace's Croc joke.
They
Sorry.
they are
Say
ridiculous looking, but I mean, at some point you're just like, I'm walking on like really comfortable sponges.
I've never worn them, but
I had a pair of Croc slip-ons, like they were like athletic sandals that I've never seen again, but I had them for like, I'm not joking, maybe 15 years. I lost them at the beach last year. Of the one he had a real bad day at the beach last year where I lost my sunglasses, my Crocs, like favorite t-shirt, all kinds of stuff.
Was it a nude beach? You're like missing a whole bunch of clothes.
How'd you get home?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Chris looks sad.
Too many Bud Light.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably. What were we talking about?
Adam
Chokeholds.
Crocs.
Adam
Crocs. I mean, but I realize and they're great. Once you have kids, they're great for kids too, because you can just like
put them in sport mode.
For those
just easy for when they're just wanting to run outside or whatever, or just after sports, just slip them on.
I've never worn them, but the wife, since she was in the medical field in Mexico, she says that they're really big in the medical field. Crocs, because they're so comfortable.
They're spongy and they hold in whatever the material too. They just hold up. Because you can get
in
stuff,
the kitchen too. Yeah.
You can get like an $8 pair of spongy flip-flops at Walmart, and then like 2 days later they're just mushed to the ground. But they just they last a long time. So
yeah.
I don't really care.
Once you leave them out in the sun, then they shrink right up and they're gone.
Oh well, yeah.
I've had a pair get discolored. But also, like if you're doing, I will say at the same time, if you're doing a lot of active stuff and you're an adult and you're like doing yard work and stuff, that's definitely bad. If you mess your feet up.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, just do it barefoot.
You got any more Croc thoughts?
No
more Croc thoughts.
More Croc thoughts from Monkey's uncle?
No Croc thoughts. Not. Next episode.
Now every brand has some kind of
slide,
spongy flip-flop slide. Yeah. So that guy choked that guy out on the subway, which, if I cut to the chase, my take is he shouldn't be charged, and what he should have to do is just, he knows in his heart if he was choking him too hard or too little. That's all. Like
in his heart,
No, he'll need to live, like the guy that did it. He'll need to live with that. And if he can live the rest of his life, like this guy was a true danger.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but it happened and he's good. Then I'm good with that, man.
Okay.
I don't think any, the justice.
Do you think that the military background being,
I hope that's I hope that's a myth. I hope that's like a urban legend or something.
Okay.
That because he went through basic training or was in the Marines for 7 years, that now he's a lethal weapon. I really hope that's not true and they pin that shit on him.
Right.
But there's every chance that he is going to get a very unfriendly jury who will do anything they can to get on that jury to be, I'm going to put this guy in jail.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. But as many people are saying, this is what people in New York City voted for. And that's the people are starting to kind of turn and like say nastier stuff and be like, this is what you voted for, folks.
Yeah,
and also like
true.
Tim Pool was like, Tim Pool, I think, started a GoFundMe or Go for the ex-Marine that did this, but the Marine that did this. And he but he also said, like, dude, you're like, you're putting yourself in this position where you're living in New York City and having to travel on the subway with a bunch of crazy people where you might like you're putting yourself in a position where you might have to use some of your training to subdue someone. And and you're doing it in a very, very hostile environment where people want to put people that look like you behind bars.
Yeah.
In an environment where if you're a shop owner and someone comes in and tries to rob you and you stab that person, you're going to go to jail. Like, why are you living in this place, man? Like,
the lady at the doctor's today that was checking us out said bye to one of the patients that walked by, and she's like, I'm leaving, I'm out of here. She's moving to Boise, leaving California. 15 years she's leaving her pension with Kaiser. She's out. It's not worth it. The equity that they're gonna get in their house. She's like, it's time. Her reasoning was the school, Robbie, what they're teaching her kids in school.
Yeah.
She said it's out of control. And she gave some examples, and I was like, wow, yeah, that's
I believe it.
I said you too. I mentioned you. I said my friend too. Same thing. Like the schools are just pitting the kids full of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I believe it.
No priorities.
No. I was I commented on a thing on Instagram a couple of days ago where right now Oakland teachers are striking, which I'm like in the middle. Sometimes I'm kind of like Adam. Oh, how many days off do you take a year? But at the same time, is all these students come in.
They're striking for the kids, man. They're striking for the kids.
Yeah. But no, as well. These kids come in. It's so aggressive, and they have this thing against the teachers as well. So I also agree that the teachers, I get it. They need compensation, wages, etc., but some sort of protection because they're not protected right now. Not the teachers. I've seen how they're treated. Chris, I just sent another video. We're talking about subway fights. There's a guy. Now this is more satisfying if you can put it on. Fights. This guy, this guy's a tall.
If we're playing clips, y'all, I got some clips.
Oh yeah. I think Chris wanted to play some clips. I'm telling you, people are gonna love this clip. This guy's a tall guy. He's like a Dominican or something, and these kids kind of get on his face. And he has enough of it. So he looks like a Chewbacca type. You'll see.
Oh my God, he's huge.
Is there sound?
Huge.
Oh, sorry.
He's getting bullied.
Are you mean to him because he's big?
Yeah, but he defends himself. They're roasting.
Yeah, they just feel hatred to that guy, don't they?
Yeah.
So
a little bit. They're trying to be funny, which I appreciate humor, but there's an underlying hatred.
He strikes back though.
Get your money up.
Nobody wants Steve Adams no more.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to spoil it, but by the end of the video, someone gets slapped and it's not him. There you go.
I don't do when you get mad.
You sound stupid.
Dirty bitch.
Imagine this is your only way home from work.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
He open hand just
smacked
your whole head.
Oh man. And what is that? A guy that tried to get in there, like he's just getting pounded too.
Yeah.
Guys.
Oh, I see a chocolate.
That guy's like world star.
Let me get my face in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think eventually the police gets called and everything. And he does not get in trouble. He does a press conference with like I think a representative or something like that. He starts kind of crying because he said, I wasn't bothering anybody. I just came to this. His English is a second language.
Where's he from?
I don't know if he's like
Czechoslovakia.
I think he's some sort of a Hispanic, like Honduran or something like that.
Damn.
So yeah, he opened. I don't condone
Smooth,
violence.
Straight hand, pimp hand.
I know.
He was a pimp in his other country.
For a split second, I was like, for a split second in the sound, I was like, did he just get a whip out?
Yeah,
exactly. I was like, oh no, that was his hand.
That was his hand. Yeah.
Well, there's so much crazy.
It was as big as her face too, like the whole.
There's so much crazy and there's so much stupid in this. And if I could tie it back to that, the crazy, like to that recent shooting and that darkness is like, why they look upon this guy as a pitiful figure, right? That should feel bad. That should just like, and they're just making fun of him and mocking him.
Get your money up. They said, get your money up.
Oh, that's
something like that.
You look broke.
I don't even know. Yeah, and it's like, like, why are you doing that? And like the guy that did the shooting is like, he was an incel. Like he was like, he saw himself as that. It's like, why are you mocking someone? Why are you mocking someone like that? Like, why are you mocking someone that's like that? You think they have nothing to lose, right? Like you think that this person has nothing to lose and they are a giant compared to you physically, and you decide to mock them. That's like crazy times stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say all the time that people on the internet talk like they've never actually been hit by somebody, because if you've run your mouth and someone has actually knocked you in your mouth for running your mouth, you kind of run your mouth a little different and you kind of notice where you're at when you're running your mouth. Like if you've never, some people on the internet, wow. So I said this probably 15 years ago, that the Real Housewives and the Basketball Wives and that reality TV fighting and throwing tables and women yelling at each other, people see it on TV and think that it's okay to behave like that. But like, it's wild what our society is now. I'm amazed at the way people
Can I do a little
to each other.
Let me do a little pro bullying talk that everybody likes. So yeah, I don't want to pretend like I came from the streets and had a bunch of fights when I was a kid, just a couple, but like my lessons for that came from bullying in high school, because we had a very traditional thing where seniors picked on freshmen very badly, like hurt them, like, did bad things to them.
That was
and then when I was a senior, we did the same thing to the freshmen, and it's like,
right.
And I was like, you don't run your mouth. Like, you just don't talk. You got to be more careful. You got to be more careful in this world.
Yeah.
Another tie-in.
Lessons, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Another tie-in to the chokehold guy is that to the giant guy with the 8-ball jacket. You got to move, man. You got to move. Why are you putting yourself in this position? Like, move to fucking Ohio or something. They're hiring for like toxic cleanup spills in Ohio. They got a lot of jobs out there. Their economy is booming from FEMA, but like move out of places where you need to be in metal tubes with people that hate you.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
8-ball jacket wearing man opens up on slapping soul out of girl in NYC. He did slap the soul out of her.
He slapped the 8-ball jacket out of her mouth forever. She will never talk about it. She'll see someone walking.
She sees an 8-ball.
She's gonna change. She's gonna cross the street. She's gonna go to the other side of the street.
The game of pool never.
There'll be a bunch of white dudes and bunch of white dudes in suits, and she'll cross the street to go near them instead of the guy in the 8-ball jacket. Traumatized by the 8-ball. Yeah, like why are you putting yourself in that position? Like, you know, you're like putting yourself there every day where you just have greater and greater chances of being assaulted.
What's funny is I'm gonna put myself in that position once we're done here. I'm gonna get on the BART train and I'm gonna head home.
Oh, okay. Well, my advice to you is
He
to do
might
the
get
assaulting.
smacked when he gets there too.
You should do the assaulting
I
because that's the
should.
safest thing. Is you get
Yeah.
the best protection if you
Yeah.
do the verbal assaulting. If you start screaming at people, like they'll like. I saw an article. I mean, no, this is not an article. I saw the lawyers for the family of the dude that got choked out.
Okay.
Michael Jackson impersonator. What is going to get royalty? They're going to get royalties now. But the lawyers came out and said no one asked him how they could help.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
It's the same people that
go. It's the same people that are on that train every day, and they're so sick of his Billie Jean impersonation. They were just like, well,
yeah. Oh, aren't you that MJ? Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, I bet you do something. Do you impersonate MJ at home on the ranch in the dark? You know, in private. Oh, anyway, what do we? Yeah. But yeah, they said that they were saying that no one asked him if he needed help. It's like multiple witnesses. They're saying that there will be multiple videos that come out that show him threatening people, saying that he will go to jail, he'll get shot, he'll take a bullet, he'll go to jail, and like threatening everyone with physical harm. You know, and what there's his family's lawyer is saying that the best thing to do when someone is telling you that they're going to hurt you and they don't care if they go to jail is to ask them how you can help. Like, be like, oh, I carry this knife sharpener on me. Would you like a minute? You know, would you like a minute to
like
sharpen
when you're
your
in a
blade?
fight with your wife and you tell her to calm down, just calm down.
Yeah. It's like, how can I help you? Oh, you want to do me bodily harm? How can I help you?
What do you need right now? Oh,
It's
maybe
amazing.
the blankets. Maybe we saw a video where they wrapped him in blankets. Maybe.
Oh yeah, in Japan.
Blankets are calming. Blankets are super calming.
The soundtrack.
Have you ever been under
amazing.
a weighted blanket? That shit.
Yeah, they are. You know, I understand that a newborn baby that, you know, weighs 7 pounds really appreciates and is also easy to get into a blanket rolled up. Way easier than a 250-pound dude raging on, you know, who knows what. Yeah, who was like, you know, who's on methamphetamine, whatever. Who's doing the special K? Is that what it is? When you put it in your cough syrup? You know, what I call a Saturday night. No, like whoever, like a 250-pound dude that's just like raging on the subway.
Yeah.
Who's high on who knows what.
Weighted blanket though.
Maybe can I say angel dust? Is that
that's a thing.
Is that still a thing? Yeah. Some sure. PCP.
Hey, you know what? Some of our
all
crowd will know what you're talking about.
Like, lay down so I can roll you in this blanket. Anyway, that video I shared, you know, I may or may not have watched it many times over. Yeah. But if you look closely, there's a strap around the dude's arms, like his bicep, tricep area. There's a strap around it. So they strapped him. Like they took the guy down and they strapped something really tight.
Was just good to hold them.
And then he was like, then he couldn't move his arms. So they definitely like constrained his chest.
Yeah.
Ooh, like a lasso.
Yeah, it was.
Old school lasso. They could have.
It was like something where with like a belt buckle where you could just like really make it tight. So they basically put him in a straight straight jacket and then wrapped him in a blanket.
Body size zip ties. Why don't we have those?
I'm wondering why they don't have like the foam like in Demolition Man. Demolition Man. Like, remember Demolition Man? Like that's what they had in the cars when they have a crash, like foam would shoot out. Like, why can't they just come out with like a giant thing and squirt foam on them that instantly dries?
Yeah.
I'll carry that in my pocket. Oh, that'd be.
They say wasp spray is what you should actually like keep in your desk or whatever. That wasp spray will fuck somebody up because you got to spray it from, you know, you spray it far away. Better than Mace, because Mace fucks you up. Wasp
Did I
spray
show
goes
you-
directly at him.
Did I share you guys a video of there's a scene where there's some girls, some young ladies fighting in the streets. And
Now
let's
I
just
have to
say
see
there's
proof.
some extensions involved, and like they're like pulling on, they're like flinging each other around by the head and like punching each other. And then and like, of course, a good Samaritan hero is just filming this, laughing, cackling for us, for our benefit. And
Love
then,
it. Heroes.
from like, from the left side of the view, you see a cop come in around the corner, like look around the corner at these girls just smacking the crap out of each other. He just whips out this canister of spray and just hoses them down. And he just walks away right out of camera again.
That's awesome.
And then, the Good Samaritan hero, even though his eyes are burning because you can hear him coughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He keeps filming. And it worked. They dispersed.
Yeah.
There's a few slaps thrown in the end, few extensions pulled out, but they were all like in too much pain to continue.
I saw somebody
That was
do
crazy.
that to a guy in a car the other day, and the guy got out of the car. Yeah, the spray, wasp spray or Mace, either way.
Looked like a canister of bear spray. It looked like it was something you would take if you were hiking in the wilderness for a week.
Yeah.
But he just walked around the corner. He was like, "Oh, okay," and then just walked right back out of frame. Yep, problem solved. And it really did. It really did solve the problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Mother's Day this weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Robbie has a brand. Do you got a good gift first Mother's Day?
I've got a gift.
Robbie.
I don't know if it's good, but it's a gift. Look. My mom wants to have like lunch or whatever, dinner with.
And you're gonna make her go to her mother-in-law's house. The gift better be good, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But she doesn't like all this stuff. You know what she told me? She goes, "Oh, my mom's in Mexico, so she's kind of sad." But then I'm like, okay, but what about your daughter? It's your daughter's first, Mother's Day with you, Sophia. So, but I don't think she really cares much because I don't know. I don't know. She's not a big, sentimental too much with all that stuff.
Do you have champagne?
No.
Get some champagne for the morning.
Oh,
make a special breakfast.
Okay.
Buy some flowers. Put the flowers outside and bring them in the morning.
She doesn't like flowers, but
Okay.
I'll see what I can do. She doesn't, this week we were a couple, I don't know if I told you guys, we were at the emergency room around 2 a.m. like 2 nights ago. It wasn't because of us. I wake up, she wakes up, and her sister called her. And her sister's husband, basically, my wife's brother-in-law, was taken to the hospital. He was having like some organ failure. He's not doing well. He's about a year ago, same thing. He went to the emergency room. So my wife's getting ready. She's getting dressed. She goes, "Babe, we gotta get dressed. We gotta go." Thankfully, that night, our daughter stayed with my parents that night. My daughter has stayed with my parents maybe 3 or 4 days now, overnight. Which it gives us a little break, which is fine and everything. But this night I thought we were gonna get some rest, no baby, no getting up a couple times a night or stuff. Nope, we got up, we went to the emergency room, and her sister was there, and actually she's got a brother and a sister. They were there, and then the sister's brother, the sister's husband was, unresponsive, and he may not make it. I think.
What's wrong with him? Vaccinated?
No, I know, right? No, no, it's just some organ stuff. I don't know what exactly you would say, but a lot of organ.
Is he overweight?
No, he's actually very skinny. He's very thin. I don't know what he's also. I think it's some sort of diabetic thing.
Oh boy.
So unfortunately, her sister is not, she's the breadwinner right now because he's sick.
Right.
Thankfully, my wife's niece, who is her sister's daughter. She's got 3 daughters, 2 kind of little ones, and then an adult daughter that she had with someone years back. Not this man is not her dad. She helps out a lot. She helps us out a lot whenever we need help with the kid or with the kids or whatever. She might stay with her or help her out or whatever. So hopefully that turns out okay. But the guy's not doing well. So they're preparing. Yeah. So
interesting that all of her family's close to you guys.
Yeah, they're we drove about maybe 20-25 minutes to get there. Yeah, so it's not too far.
That's good.
Yeah. So I forgot why I started talking about this, but
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Quantum was going to evaluate your readiness.
Yeah, he's not ready. He is not ready. What about you, Christopher?
Yeah.
Oh, never ready.
You got cards from the kids? You got champagne?
They make all those things.
Champagne.
Oh, we always have champagne.
I got some Seeds candy from the kid for her.
He's always got some champagne.
That's good.
No, I think what I think about this, because I get really stressed around this time of year, because it's also Laura's birthday too, like week, but and our girl's birthday all at the same time. But it's like, I think it's like, they really, I think it's like you're always trying to think of like a huge grand gesture where maybe that's something, but maybe it's, I don't know. Some moms, I think, just want more like, give me the little things every day. Give me a day off, or like, give me the little things, lots of little things every day or something.
Yeah. This
coupon book of I will take the kids to dinner and you can go watch a movie.
Yeah. Like do the dishes, like don't spend a bunch of our money once a year, like do the dishes every day.
Yeah.
Like
that'd be great.
That's
make a coupon book.
Way more valuable.
Coupon book. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, look, tomorrow I might take the 2 little ones, Sophia and then the 8-year-old. I told her, I said, look, if I don't want to be in your way, she's got stuff to do. I'll take them to the city. I'll take them to see my parents for a little bit. I'll take them to the park. I told her. I texted her. Well, I sort of told her, and then I texted her a few hours back. I never got a response. So when I get home, I'm going to ask her, okay, so did you think about it? Or, are you going to be difficult like always?
It's tough. It's a tough one too, because moms often have moms. So it's like you're in a tough pick. Moms are in a tough pickle because some of them. You're in a tough pickle too, because it's like either maybe it brings back bad memories, or maybe like you also feel like you have obligations to do something, and it's like it's not a day off. If you're a mom, you got a mom. Mother's Day
is always like, are you fucking kidding me? It's always just the most. Like, I think if anything, it should just be made the most easy for the mom. Like, if you could do anything in the world, it would be literally snatch the kids out before her eyes open and don't come back till 6:30.
Yeah, it will be a lot of that. Keeping the kids out of her hair is a big thing.
Go somewhere, let her relax, leave whatever.
She wants to go get her nails done, of course. All that.
Go do your life without the kids.
I like a tradition of mine is to tell all of y'all about the time when I was like, I don't know, 19, and I got my mama Ebony Mother's Day card at the last minute at the grocery store. That's all that was left in our neighborhood. So it was like day of, maybe probably Mother's Day morning on the way there.
Did it say, "Mom, you are dynamite"?
Well, I mean, it should show how colorblind
tell her
I am.
how black she was. It was like the Black Information Network.
It was. What is it? It was a beautiful card. I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand what her problem was. Like her reaction, was I don't know. But I'm colorblind because I was like, this is a beautiful card. I don't even understand why it's, black, green, and yellow. Like green, red, and yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't have a black mom on the front.
I don't know. It tricked me. It tricked me because it was a silhouette of a lady's head, so it was just like it was a black, dark colored silhouette of a woman's head with hair, with long hair. Like it was just a regular, like a woman's head icon. It just wasn't
Was it an
yellow like it
afro?
would
Yeah.
be. It was just dark color.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 19. You know, this is last minute. I don't, 19, plan ahead a lot. So yeah, I got it.
Mhm.
I realized it afterwards because I think on the back it was like Hallmark ebony.
Yeah.
The
was
dead
like, I don't know.
giveaway.
I mean, I grew up listening to Ebony and Ivory, Michael
Mhm.
Jackson, and
Paul McCartney.
I
Yeah.
was gonna
Adam
say Frank
Carolla's biggest
Sinatra.
fan.
Frank McCartney. Frank Sinatra. I was gonna say Frank Sinatra, but that was Joe Piscopo doing Frank Sinatra. Oh, that was amazing. Eddie Murphy was doing Stevie Wonder. Now I'm all mixed up because I don't know who was who in that. I should stop talking about it.
It's okay. We should, before we close out, we have
Speaking
a
of
couple more
family.
minutes.
We have what?
Okay.
We have a couple more. Speaking of family, be remiss if I didn't mention that the Biden crime family. There's a bunch of news that dropped about them and all like this money that was coming in from Romania and China and Ukraine. That like it was like it's pretty damning, but it's not damning if everyone ignores it, or like 98% of.
My sweet husband, who watches the news dutifully, like he's going to get the real scoop. It's like, what? Like, what are they gonna do? Like when that guy was talking, he's like, and they gave it to the cousin and the grandchild.
Grandchildren,
and,
yeah.
oh,
Like I would like, please.
probably not
I
the
mean,
grandchild that they're not accepting though, right? The one that doesn't get the Christmas stocking. The one that's trying to get child support. And probably not that grandchild, right?
he was paying that lady $40,000 a month at some point.
No wonder she's in court saying, "Hey,
Like,
I need
lady,
more."
you can afford Gap. All right. You don't need to go to Old Navy. You can go to Banana Republic and get that kid clothes. But it's kind of crazy. But I think that she's just extremely angry at Hunter Biden because he was telling her he was promising her some pretty beautiful
Tying
things.
that money.
He was promising her like a relationship and like, to just be there for everything. And then her story is, and I guess it's, it's like there's affidavits and all that stuff, but her story is that the first time that she sent a fetal heartbeat video, from the checkup to him, that's the last time they ever really had any kind of meaningful. That was the last time they ever engaged. Because then after that, it was like he ghosted her for a week.
I was on,
and then after that, it was like minimal. It was like thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like
he's
minimal.
the worst.
Minimal.
It is unreal. When that laptop stuff came out, the pictures that I have on my phone, you know how you're looking for a picture from 6 months ago or a year ago or 2 years ago, and you're like going through looking. Sometimes I will come across those laptop pictures and I'm like they are so jarring. Like
some of those pictures I saw a lot of those pictures in the New York Post, and it was like, I was kind of bummed out because with all that money rolling in, he couldn't even afford escorts with faces.
Oh, I saw lots of little girl faces. You
Oh,
were
no,
looking
I
at
was talking
different.
about-
I wasn't looking at the ones from the New York Times. I was looking at the ones from the laptop.
That joke didn't work.
It was wild.
No, all
Sorry.
the faces were blurred out, is what I was saying.
Sorry, yeah.
Of all the escorts. Oh,
He's so disgusting.
of all the multiple escorts, they were all blurred out in the New York Post article. Like, you're on the dark web,
Yeah.
You're on the crunchy
Yeah,
web.
they were definitely little girls. They weren't escorts.
Yeah.
They were children.
Yeah, he's a human
Disgusting.
trafficker. Human trafficker, Hunter Biden, president's son. Yeah. On the flip side, you have the Trump family. Guilty of none of this stuff.
Can you imagine if one of them wasn't paying child support? Just imagine that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they
just that.
Oh, they wish that Eric Jr. or whatever, they wish
One
Eric would skip a
illegitimate
payment.
child.
Yeah, they wish
one
Eric would skip a
illegitimate
payment.
child.
Yeah, it's like all the things that they wished that Trump could be found guilty of, or his kids would do, and just be photos of and laptops found. Like, nope. Nope.
Don't you remember the first Christmas that the Bidens were in the White House? And maybe you don't, because it was probably on the crunchy channels, but everybody was upset that they were missing a grandchild's stocking. And it was that grandchild,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember? Everybody was
Yeah.
upset about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's also like, I think that, to be fair, and she has every right to be, but that mama is a little bit, she's pissed and she's out for it. And she, wants the money, but she also wants to inflict some damage.
Well, she
'Cause she
found out her
named- she
baby
named the
daddy
kid-
is a child predator and a sex trafficker. I
But
mean,
she also
and
named the child, like she gave the child like a Biden family name just to kind of like, even though couldn't have the Biden last name, gave it like a, gave it some name. So it was attached.
Joe Jill.
Yeah. A doctor. Yeah. Give it a name. Give it a fake name doctor.
Dr. Joe Jill, not
Dr.
Biden.
Joe Biden. That's got to that's how I refer to him from now on.
Dr. Joe Obama.
Joe Obama or Joe Biden. No, that doesn't make sense. Joe Obama
Yeah.
or Biden. Biden. Or Biden is Biden by Obama, who's running the show. Anyway, so who's going to run the show next in 2024? Trump had a town hall, and we're going to finish with this hilarity. He had a town hall a couple nights ago. It's hard to tell because the people at CNN are still screaming at each other about this. So it's like you want to think that maybe it just happened yesterday, but no, they've been screaming about each other about this for the past 3 days.
Yeah, whose
it's
idea was
Tuesday.
this?
No,
It came out in the the day, like that day. He was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it tomorrow at whatever." Like came out the day before. What was the offer? He said they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. What was the offer?
Like just
Money?
show up. He was probably like, I like that Caitlin Collins. She's smart. So they put they put an airhead moron that knew nothing, knows nothing other than whatever Don Lemon told her to think, up against her. So he probably got to pick like the host that had the least credentials possible.
Right.
And then it was a Republican crowd. It was a town hall.
I feel like
so it
they
was going to be
picked that host though
Republicans.
because she's kind of foxy, like maybe hoping he would say something or be inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, they took a gamble and it didn't go their way. I could see where he might go cross a line, but he didn't cross the line. He zinged her a few times.
Yeah.
He had a friendly crowd. It was a very friendly crowd. Like, why? Yeah, like Rob said, like whose idea was this?
Yeah.
They were like,
What was the offer? What was the offer?
I
They made me an offer I couldn't refuse. He said that too. Like, what was the offer?
I mean, all you got to do.
Does
I mean, if
he
they
own
just
CNN now? Like, what?
no,
was
what
the
if they just
offer?
they just offered him a room full of supporters
Okay.
and one CNN host that he could choose.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be Wolf Blitzer. It would be like one of their young and up and coming stars who has, I don't know.
We never
Doesn't seem to know a lot about a lot. That's a great offer. He was like, okay.
It's interesting.
And I think he's pretty savvy. He knows, he was like, I bet this is going to get 3 times the number of viewers that they normally get.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bet this is going to really, because that's part of the art of the deal. It's like, he's like, this is going to cause a lot of internal strife. This thing I'm going to do, this offer I'm going to accept is going to cause a lot of internal strife with them.
Yeah. With everybody.
Yep. He's like, Trump's like, I'm toxic. I know it. And I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
Because he dropped off what did I say? He dropped off a new strain of TDS at CNN headquarters this week.
Sure
He left a vial
did.
behind of some ultra, Zeta version of TDS.
Yeah.
To infect they're still fighting about it. They're still going at it. Like people are still attacking CNN on Twitter. Anderson Cooper did this video today saying, look, everybody, it was kind of a lecture. It was kind of like a sing-songy. You have to listen to the other side. You have to acknowledge the liar, and everybody was just zinging on him. Like people that watch CNN were bashing Anderson Cooper for
like a zero
trying
Trump
to
tolerance.
defend it. Some TDS. I mean, it's real. I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke, but it's a joke that's real. It's a real life meme that is not
further.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, but he did that, and
well, the Crunchies are saying that for like a couple days before he did some other interview, and he was wearing like a pattern tie, and he never wears a pattern tie, and they're saying that like that maybe wasn't him. I don't know. They're all everybody's trying to say like the AI and the CGI stuff. Well, the AI stuff is crazy. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Wild things being spewed out.
Well, just like they've said that Biden's been replaced like 3 times already, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
His face does look different. He's got one of those faces.
Well, whoever is making the replacements is terrible. You're doing a shit job. like, because each one gets worse. Like what? Yeah. Call into question your craftsmanship.
Why? Oh, wasn't who? Dianne Feinstein, her picture that came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to her?
That's definitely the original her.
A rough couple months.
Yeah, I mean, she's older now, right?
She was older before. She was older last year too.
Yeah,
that's a statement. She's older now, right? Like, well, hey man, chill out on that. Those attacks.
Easy.
Yeah. It's not like, yeah, Democrats are angry at her now because she won't retire, so they can replace her with an exact replica of her that's just younger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wild times.
You know what would make a great sitcom? Speaking of Dianne Feinstein, a great sitcom would be, and I'm thinking about like the 80s era, like Benson and Soap, WKRP in Cincinnati.
The best.
Laugh tracks and all, like, sorry, but a lot of racial stereotypes, whatnot, a lot of insensitivity.
Pollock jokes standards. When we knew what Pollocks were.
Oh, big time. Mm-hmm. But a sitcom about Dianne Feinstein's Chinese spy driver that drove her around in her car for 20 years.
Yeah.
Mostly about his home life. Mixing a little bit of the Americans, that FX drama about the Russian spies that was very, very intense, but like mixing a little bit of that where he's got to go down to the basement and like do Morse code or whatever their version of that is.
Yeah.
Into the, behind the wall or whatever.
That's good. Should be a TV. Yeah. Oh, the writers are on strike, Christopher. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not on strike.
Submit. Now's the time to strike.
On that, I've got thoughts. These writers are dumb, and I hope they know it, because I've got, who does it? Who in America, who in a world that cares about writer strikes doesn't have 10 to 20 years of built up movies, shows, series, documentaries that they have on all their streaming services right now? So when Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney Plus and Hulu and I'm just going to keep naming. I'm going to keep naming services and Crackle. I'm just going to keep naming them all.
New movies coming out this month. We had Guardians of the Galaxy, and there's going to be a new Fast 7 or something like that. Like
three
movies are plentiful right now. Like it's
right, but there won't be any. There's going to be a dry period.
Motherfuckers.
There will be a dry period. There will be a dry period.
They got
because production shut down.
COVID.
That's true.
I
think they should be careful. And Phil Rosenthal was out there protesting and all. I was like, dude, I've got like 3 seasons of your show stocked up.
Totally.
Like, I don't need you for I don't need you for a while.
How about you be quiet?
You have to know this. Like, you have to know that I have so much stuff. And when all the streamers, let me keep going. Crackle, what is some
Tubi.
More? Stars. Yeah. Tubi, Pluto TV,
Paramount Plus.
I'm going to keep going listing things until I lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
What I was talking about in the first place. But
Sounds
like when they
good.
realize that no one is dropping their subscriptions and they don't have to pay writers for new stuff for a few years, this is a
They're probably-
godsend.
Yeah.
This is a godsend to all these streamers because they don't make money. You know,
And they need us again.
HBO Max too. Oh, yeah, I didn't name that one.
Ah, don't get me started on that. My favorite.
HBO Max, TBS Plus, TNT Plus. Yeah.
Cinemax.
What's that network? Yeah. What's that
Playboy
network out of?
TV.
Yeah. Skinemax Minus. What's the network out of Chicago? WGN Plus. They even have a
Vivid.
paid service. Like
Shouldn't there be a BET Plus?
there is.
There
I mean,
probably is.
dude, there
Come on,
is.
Robbie. Get the fuck together. Jesus.
They have a
Enough
shit
with
ton
your
of
racism.
There should be a BET Plus.
like I don't need the
Uh-oh.
Black
You guys froze.
Information Network to tell me things about these things.
Yeah.
They have a ton of original content.
Vibe.
Mm-hmm. Ton of original content on the network. That's a lot of it is behind a paywall. Sure. But that's owned by Viacom or one of the, anyway. So it's like, not like it's any
That's right.
different. Oh yeah. Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. But like, yeah, no one's
Okay.
going to drop them. And it's a godsend because all of them have invested a lot of money in the short term in all these shows and could use a little respite,
Yeah.
from having to
Yeah.
pay
What
more.
about podcasts? How many podcasts are you behind on? I have like 1,900 Joe Rogan
Oh,
episodes.
sure.
I can
Oh,
listen to.
man.
Like I have content.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
seriously.
material that's
Endless
that doesn't.
Ranters.
that-
I'm sure people can listen to. They got some back ones. If they want, they can go back to our old ones. There's all kinds of stuff.
I do want to do that. Yeah, we'll get out of here in a minute. But I do want to get back every now and then to our roots where we interview an Ace Hole fan, an Adam
Yeah,
Carolla
yeah.
fan.
Can
Especially,
I pick one?
I would
have
like,
some that-
yeah, of course, but I would like a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like a new one.
Whoops.
Charles White.
Yeah, he's
I don't
very
know.
neat.
I don't know.
Yeah.
not a new
What if we
account.
find out he's Adam Carolla
Yeah. I know.
trolling us?
There's a few people that shout out to Nicholas Lay.
I was just gonna say him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a field. Yeah. There's a few other people out there.
I would love it.
Maria Lish, she works,
Ah.
but
Hey, both of them, her and her husband, bring them both on.
yeah. Oh, both of
That'd
them.
be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. And they listen all the time.
They are. She is my favorite. I love her.
Oh, she's awesome.
I know
slide
Friday
into
night
her
is not the
DMs
best time
often.
either for some folks. So, I mean, even if we had to add a second episode during the week, that works
Amazing.
out better
I would
timing
be
for
in.
you, Robbie.
Yeah.
That's
for
more
sure.
predictable because I know Friday nights are hard to predict,
Yeah.
as maybe they should
Okay.
be, but
Yeah. So if anybody has any other suggestions, then bring it on. Anybody wants to, come on.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Get it on.
Yeah.
yeah, get it on, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
Happy
Get it
Mother's
on. Don't
Day
get
to all the
don't get
mothers
slapped
out
on the
there.
subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Stay away from people that hate you.
Mhm.
That's a
That's
quote.
just
I
good
said
damn
that.
advice. That is just good damn advice. We're gonna make that a shirt. Stay away from people that hate you.
Like I know when you're like,
Betrayal.
I know a lot of people walking around like, I wonder if these people hate me. It's like, you're self-conscious, but like when they're actually telling you they hate you, that's a sign.
Yeah.
That's a sign.
If they don't like your 8-ball jacket, fuck them. Double fuck them.
I'm just thinking of Putty from
Yeah.
Seinfeld. Anyway,
Of course.
cheers, everybody.
All right.
All right.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
Cheers.
Peace.